commonly known as Flamingo, stood at the entrance of the Roblox world, excitement surging through his veins. The colors were vivid and entrancing, pulling him in. He stepped forward, the virtual terrain changing beneath his feet. He marveled at the diverse landscapes, each region having its own unique charm. A notification popped up, revealing a mission. "Help the villagers retrieve their lost gems," it read. Intrigued, Flamingo decided to take it up. As he ventured deeper into Roblox world, he stumbled upon a peculiar creature, a talking fox named Blinks. Blinks, being a local, offered to guide Flamingo through the thick forest. They navigated through the lush greenery, bound by a new-found camaraderie. They reached a village where the plight of the villagers was evident. The gems that once sparkled in their homes were nowhere to be seen. Flamingo promised to recover the gems. He and Blinks set off for the treacherous mountains, following clues from an old villager's tale. The mountains were perilous, but Flamingo faced the challenge bravely. As a team, they emerged victorious, finding the entrance to a hidden cave. Dark and eerie, filled with ominous echoes, the cave intimidated them, yet they ventured in, driven by their promise to the villagers. They faced many trials in the cave but kept pushing forward. Flamingo's determination and Blinks's quick thinking made them an unstoppable duo. Finally, they found the stolen gems guarded by a giant spectral snake. It hissed menacingly, but Flamingo and Blinks were not deterred. Using their wits, they outsmarted the spectral snake. As it slithered away, Flamingo and Blinks grabbed the gems. Their mission was accomplished. The two heroes returned to the village, greeted by cheering villagers. The gems brought back the sparkle in their homes and joy in their hearts. The villagers thanked Flamingo and Blinks profusely. Their adventure in the Roblox world had not only brought them closer, but also made a difference. As he continued his journey, Flamingo met several unique characters, each with their own stories and challenges. His YouTube subscribers were in for a treat. From building virtual cities to solving complex riddles, Flamingo faced every challenge head-on. His vigor and enthusiasm remained unscathed throughout. His adventures also allowed him to discover hidden corners of the Roblox world. Each terrain was a new story waiting to be explored. Flamingo's journey wasn't just about fun and games. Through his adventures, he learned valuable lessons of teamwork, courage, and resilience. Every new friend he made, every mission he accomplished, added to his character. He evolved from a player into a hero in the Roblox world. In the end, Flamingo returned to his starting point, having experienced a whirlwind of emotions and adventures. His heart was enriched with memories. The vibrant world of Roblox had become a second home to him. He bid it goodbye for now, promising to return, ready for the next adventure. As he logged out, Flamingo couldn't help but smile. He had much to share with his subscribers, exciting tales of bravery, friendship, and adventure. He started editing his video, excitement bubbling within him. He knew his subscribers were waiting eagerly, and he couldn't wait to show them his journey. The video was a huge hit. The comments section was overflowing with positive feedback and praise for his courage and resilience in the Roblox world. As he signed off, Flamingo felt a surge of accomplishment. He had not only explored the Roblox world, but had also brought joy to millions. The adventures of Flamingo in the vibrant world of Roblox were far from over. This was merely the beginning, and many more adventures awaited him. Whether in the form of missions, friendships, or life lessons, every new experience contributed to his growth. His adventures made him not just a player, but a hero. Flamingo's Roblox journey was a testament to the fact that virtual worlds can create real experiences, and through these experiences, one can live 1,000 lives. And so, each day, Flamingo logged on to Roblox for a new adventure, a new story. Each day was a new chapter in his virtual book of life. Through his journey, Flamingo has inspired many. His stories have taught us not just about the Roblox world, but also about friendship, bravery, and resilience. Until this day, Flamingo continues his exploration. His adventures are a source of joy for many, helping them discover the vibrant world of Roblox, one story at a time. A lady of ruddy cheeks, twinkling eyes, and a smile that was as warm as a midsummer's day, she was loved by all in the town. Granny Sony was a wonderful person with a heart full of kindness, patience, and her house was full of the scent of freshly baked apple pies, a smell that attracted her neighbours and especially her grandchildren, Fer and Eleazar. Fer and Eleazar were two energetic children, equally full of mischief and curiosity. On this particular weekend, they were going to spend the day with their adored Granny Sony. Their eyes sparkled with anticipation as they awaited to indulge in her warm hugs and stories that came to life. That Saturday afternoon, as the rain pattered gently on the roof, the three of them snuggled together on the large, comfortable sofa, watching their favourite movies. The day was perfect. The warmth of the room, the smell of popcorn, and the laughter of the characters from the movie filled the air. Granny Sony, tired from her morning chores, fell asleep peacefully as the children continued to watch their movie, their giggles echoing softly in the background. Seeing her asleep, they began to whisper animatedly, formulating a plan to surprise their beloved Granny. Giggling, they decided to make sandwiches for her. One small hitch in their plan was their disagreement. Fer wanted to make sweet, jam-filled sandwiches, while Eleazar desired savoury and wanted to make ham sandwiches. With determination, each began to prepare their sandwich of choice in a tiny battle of sweets versus savouries. The kitchen was soon filled with tiny footprints, drips of jam, small piles of ham, and a growing heap of dirty dishes. Oblivious to the mess, they continued their culinary journey, spilling ingredients, knocking over glasses, unravelling paper towels. Their excitement only grew given the chaos they had created. Granny Sony woke up to the ringing of her laughter bells, the clatter from the kitchen that echoed through the house. Sleepy-eyed, she ambled into the kitchen, wiping her glasses to see clearly. She looked at the mess and then at her grandchildren. They froze in their tracks, eyes wide in apprehension and fear of being scolded. The kitchen looked like a battlefield, evidence of their sandwich war. To their surprise, Sony chuckled, her eyes sparkling with amusement. She didn't scold them. Instead, she saw this as a window for teaching them a valuable lesson. "Children," she began softly, "life is like this kitchen. It can get messy when we can't agree with each other. We should always collaborate and work as a team. That way, we can finish tasks quicker, cleaner, and have a lot more fun." The children nodded, hanging on to her every word. Her gentle tone touched their hearts, and they began to understand the importance of teamwork. They looked at each other with a newfound respect. With that, the three of them started cleaning up the kitchen. They washed the dirty dishes, picked up the spilled ingredients and wiped the countertops clean. They laughed and joked together, enjoying the unexpected cleaning session. After the clean-up, the trio decided to make new sandwiches together. This time, instead of sweet or savoury, they opted for a fusion, making jam and ham sandwiches, a bit peculiar, but a perfect blend of their choices. They generously spread jam and layered the ham on the bread slices. Each sandwich was a result of their combined efforts, a symbol of their unity, and an outcome of their mutual understanding. Their sandwiches turned out to be an unusual but delicious combination. The sweet jam and the savoury ham created a riot of flavours in their mouths. The recipe had become a unique creation of their team effort. They sat around the dining table, eating their sandwiches, their faces glowing with satisfaction and pride. It was not just about the sandwiches anymore. It was about the journey of making them. Their day ended with them exchanging stories, laughing at their earlier misadventures and basking in the warmth of Granny Soni's love. They were no longer chefs battling in their culinary war zone, but teammates who had learned to work together. This day with Granny Sony was much more than just an ordinary weekend. It was a day filled with love, learning, and a sense of togetherness. They learned that unity and cooperation were the main ingredients in creating not just a delicious sandwich, but a happy life. As they bid their goodbye, they hugged Granny Sony tightly, promising to remember and apply the life lesson they learned that day. Sony kissed their foreheads and whispered a goodbye, her heart swelling with pride and satisfaction over their growth. The weekend ended, but the memories created that day were etched in their hearts forever. Every time they made a sandwich, they were reminded of Granny Sony's wisdom, the kitchen chaos, and the secret recipe for their unique sandwich. Granny Sony, sitting by the window while waving them goodbye, smiled. She knew Fear and Eliezer had not only learned to make a sandwich, but had also grown a bit wiser and more understanding. That night, as she sat in her armchair, knitting quietly, she couldn't help but reminisce about the day, the laughter, the mess, the sandwiches, and the childlike innocence that had brought forth a profound learning experience. The kitchen was silent now, but the echoes of their laughter still lingered. There was no trace of the chaos anymore, only a sense of warmth and sweetness. All that was left was the memory of a day filled with joy, laughter, and a precious life lesson. The house returned to its normal, quiet self, but it was richer from the day's experience. As for Granny Sony, she slept peacefully that night, knowing she had made a small yet significant impact on her grandchildren's lives. In the tranquil depths of the enchanted sea, 5 mermaids lived harmoniously. They were lovely, young, and free-spirited, gliding with grace among the vibrant coral reefs and weaving through crystal-clear waters filled with sparkling schools of fish. Their days were filled with laughter, songs, and merry games. They danced with the dolphins, exchanged secrets with seashells, and basked in the warm glow of the underwater sun. It was a magical life below the waves. If the surface world had their sunsets, the mermaids had their moon pools, bright, tranquil pockets of sea illuminated by the moon. Here they gathered each night, their melodious voices filling the ocean with captivating songs. One such night, as they swam towards their favourite moon pool, their joyful giggles were silenced by a dreadful sight. A monstrous creature rose from the dark abyss, wrapping them in his slimy tentacles. The creature's eyes were cold, its voice thunderous. It declared that it had been lured by their songs, and now they would serve him in his abyssal lair. Terrified, the mermaids could only stare in disbelief. Dragged through the dark, cold depths by the monster, the mermaids clung to each other. They were brought to a dismal fortress in the heart of the sea, caged by the monster's tentacles. The days turned dark and cold. The once chatty and vibrant mermaids were now silent, their spirits seemingly crushed. Their world had become one of fear and sorrow, enslaved by the monster. They missed the warmth of the sunlit reefs, the schools of colourful fish, their moon pool, and most of all, their freedom. As the monster gloated in their misery, the mermaids knew they had to act. Compelled by their longing for home, they hatched a plan. Utilizing their quick thinking and teamwork, they began to whisper sweet, enchanting lullabies, the same ones that had lured the monster. The monster listened, entranced by their songs. The lullabies were so soothing that the monster's grip on them began to loosen. Their plan seemed to be working. As the monster drifted into an enchanted slumber, the mermaids started to untangle from the loosened tentacles. It was a delicate task, requiring patience and precision, but the mermaids worked together seamlessly. Once free from their slimy prison, the mermaids quietly swam towards the exit. Their hearts pounded wildly as they navigated the twisted tunnels of the monster's lair, ever fearing that it would awaken. They finally emerged from the dark tunnels, seeing the open sea at last. But their joy was short-lived as they felt the rush of water behind them and heard the monstrous roar of the awakened creature. The monster, enraged by their betrayal, surged after them, sending waves crashing. The mermaids, driven by fear and the desire for freedom, swam faster than they had ever before. The chase was a strenuous battle of wills. The monster's monstrous roars echoed around them, but the mermaids kept on, their strength waning but their spirits undeterred. They were so close yet so far. Just when they thought they could swim no more, a loud, thunderous clash resonated from behind. The monstrous roars had suddenly quieted, replaced by an eerie silence. They turned to see what had happened. A great seawall had collapsed onto the monster, trapping it under the weight of countless boulders. The monster's reign of terror had ended, leaving the mermaids a clear path to freedom. The mermaids breathed a sigh of relief as they swam freely back to their sea home. The terrible ordeal was over, and they were stronger and more united than ever before. They found their once vibrant home a little dimmer, a little quieter. But with their return, the ocean seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, and all the creatures welcomed them with joy. They shared their tale with the ocean, and their bravery was applauded far and wide. Their adventurous spirit and undying hope became legendary, tales that the sea would whisper to the moon. The sea was their home once more, safe from the tentacle monster. They rebuilt their lives, stronger and happier, their bonds deepened by the ordeal. They sang their songs, this time songs of triumph. The mermaids were united by their shared experiences and shaped by their adventure. They became the guardians of the ocean, protecting it from any harm. The enchanted sea flourished under their watch. The once terror-stricken mermaids became symbols of courage, their tale inspiring generations, and while the memory of the monster still brought shivers, it also served as a reminder of their resilience. Their tale echoed through the ages not as a tale of victimhood, but of empowerment and freedom. The mermaids, once prisoners, were now warriors, protectors of the enchanted sea. The 5 mermaids continued to fill the sea with their enchantments and laughter. They swam freely once more, their hearts filled with joy, their spirits unbroken, their freedom reclaimed. And so, the enchanted sea remained a haven of beauty and freedom, echoing with the triumphant songs of the mermaids. Their tale was woven into the heart of the sea, a testament to their undying spirit.